So in this particular project, I will show you the entire folder and the contents that are in the folder. You will see that the folder includes 7 different files that you will be able to download and edit for your own purposes. So this particular project can be used for a business class, whether it's international business economics or any really business related class, and includes a project that the students look at various other countries in terms of major trading partners. So they will investigate countries and learn about these countries to help them understand what's involved in economics and also international trade. I'm going to have you look at some of the files that are included in this folder. You'll see that there's a file, and these are all in Word, which can be edited by the teacher. There's a file for teacher instructions, as you see here. There's a file that will be handed out to the students that describes the project in detail. You will see 2 files here, or 3 files that relate to the countries that were investigated, and 2 examples of 2 of the countries. But it'll be up to the teacher how many countries he or she wants the student to investigate. So I've given you a couple examples here, being China, Mexico. So you'll see the actual original template, and then 2 examples, one for China, one for Mexico. And this is all available in this package for download and editing by the teacher. A quick look at some of what these files look like for your benefit. So first of all, you'll see quickly here, I have a file here for teacher instructions, or sorry, student instructions. So this would be photocopied by the teacher and given to the student, and explains the whole purpose of the project. It can relate to international business economics or any other business course that the teacher sees fit. The introduction, you can see here, there's an introduction, and there's the goal. The goal, the student will research countries considered to be major trading partners. The student will maintain a folder of all countries researched investigating the project. So essentially this is a folder project, and the student will do their various research on individual countries, insert those countries in their folder, and then at the end of the project hand it into the teacher. So there's the entire process and some notes to the teacher. So this is the handout that would go to the student at the beginning of the project. I've also included teacher instructions. So this would be for the teacher's purposes here. It tells the teacher exactly how to handle the project, tells you how many files in the package. It refers to some of the examples that I use when I use this project in my classes, tells you the duration of the project. And then there's a step-by-step process that I've indicated clearly for the teacher to follow in doing this project with the students. So you can see that this is for the teacher reference. It specifies exactly how to handle the project with the students. And again, it refers to how I use this project in my classes, but again, it's up to the teacher who is administering the project to do any adjustments or alterations or editing that he or she sees fit for their class. So there is your teacher instructions. I've also included a rubric for marking purposes, and that is included in the package, as you can see here. And I'm also going to show you a couple of the examples, okay, that I used when I did this project. So, for example, the first country I had my students investigate was China. So you'll see China here. Okay, so this is what the worksheet would look like for the student. Now the teacher would go up here and of course change the country to whatever he or she sees is needed in the project. So in this case, my example, the first country that my students did was China. And here's the worksheet that the students have to fill out. And you can see the data they have to investigate in regards to the country in question, which in this case was China. And the students would take time and use the various resources that are available to them, whether they have a textbook or various books, or most benefit would be a computer lab or access to computer. And there's many sites that they can get the information needed in regards to investigating the country. Now, this particular template would be exact for every other country that would be investigating the project. So in my case, this was the first one, which was for China. And then the second country I made my students do was Mexico. So I would just go up to the original template. Okay, so it would be country number 2. I would just make the change, country number 2, and switch the country name. In this case, would be Mexico. And make enough copies for the students. And then the students would investigate Mexico, fill in all the information for Mexico, insert it into their folder. So when I did this particular project, my school was on a semester system, so that's about 5 months of the school year. So I made these students do about 7 countries. Okay, and you can see I'm including examples of China, Mexico here. So by the time the students had finished their project by the end of the semester, 2 weeks prior to the end of the semester, their folder had 7 different countries which they investigated. And then I would collect them at the end, do the evaluation, and return and provide feedback in regards to their project. But this would be very useful as a term project or a year project or a semester project. Again, it's up to the discretion of the teacher to decide how he or she will use the project. It's very beneficial. The students got a lot out of it because they learned about these various countries and their economic climate, their political climate, etc., etc. And it gave them good insight into how these other countries operate versus their own country. So I hope you like the project, and I hope you use it in your classes.